London Olympic Games kicked off Friday, and of the best athletes in the world, 7 of them are from our province. Former U of S Husky Kaylyn Kyle is hoping to bring home gold with the rest of her national women's soccer teammates. Erin Streck is live from the University of Saskatchewan to find out more about this Saskatoon Olympian. We've had her on our show before. She's a stunning girl, Erin.
Yeah, she is. Lisa, she doesn't have a goal yet this Olympics in the 2 games. Team Canada, though, however, is 1-1. Joining me now is a former coach of Kaylyn's, Bryce Chapman. Bryce, what have you noticed from this Olympic athlete so far?
Watching the first game against Japan, I thought she was probably one of her better games I've watched. She was very mobile. She was getting around the park at a great rate, closing players down and winning tons of tackles. But the thing I noticed the most is she became a lot more mature on the ball over the last maybe 3 months working with the national team and in their residency program. And that was good to see, just a little more composure on the ball and making some really good decisions. And she was an influence in that game.
Bryce, you've coached her. You guys are good friends. What have you guys been talking about before the Olympics?
It was really just a message. I don't know how much more information I can give her. She's in good hands with obviously the national program, but it's just a message that she should be very proud of what she's doing as a Saskatoon and a Saskatchewan athlete. I think that's sometimes overlooked. And a lot of people, especially the young ones, are extremely proud of her and looking up to her. She holds herself well, and coming from Saskatoon and the club system we're in and the provincial programs we're in, to be on the world stage now at an Olympic event is a massive accomplishment for her, and it's a great testament of what she's done over time.
You guys train together when she comes down. What kind of things and what have you noticed about her that maybe has improved her game?
I think just the eagerness to learn, the maturity as a player, just her taking the initiative of contacting myself and the university program to come back and look for more difficult environments to be better when she goes back to the national program. And that sometimes is the biggest roadblock for young athletes is being complacent, and she's the farthest thing from that. She's an extremely hard worker and wants to be better. She wants to win a medal, and hopefully that will be happening in the next week or so.
Bryce, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody can watch Kaylyn and the rest of the girls tomorrow at 7:30 when they play Sweden. Lisa?
Thanks so much for that, Erin Streck, reporting live this morning. Kaylyn Kyle, just such a role model for young female athletes, especially here in Saskatoon. She is something else.
I don't know this person yet.
Yeah.
But I want to,
She was on when we launched the show. She was on one of our first shows, and she was just a delight. Former U of S Husky Kaylyn Kyle is hoping to bring home gold with the rest of her national women's soccer teammates. Erin Streck is live from the University of Saskatchewan this morning to find out more about this Saskatoon Olympian. Hi, Erin.
Hey, Lisa. Most of Kaylyn's friends and family are in London visiting her and being able to watch her. But one of her friends that managed to stay back is Kenzie, one of her best friends. And Kenzie, just talk a bit about what her experiences have been like there in London.
Yeah, she's pretty busy, so we don't get to talk all the time. We usually text or email each other every day, but she's having a lot of fun. They're pretty much on lockdown right now just because of the tournament, and they're playing so early in the tournament. So she's pretty much under heavy security in the village, and she's having a great time meeting a bunch of people from different countries. She said it's pretty hard to communicate to a lot of them because they don't speak the same language, but she said they're all there for gold, and it's really nice to meet people and have the same goal, and everybody's been pretty nice so far, so she's had a good time.
And we were talking earlier that you were saying how you're kind of her relief from soccer and from the games. What has that meant to you?
Well, I mean, she's my best friend, and yeah, we like to talk about soccer, but that's not really my forte, and she knows that, so it's probably nice for her to talk to a friend about real life things and people she's met and experiences she's had, and be able to, I guess, relate to each other. And she knows I'm always here for her, even though I'm millions of miles away. And yeah, no, we're still really close, and she's having a great time, and yeah, good relief for her.
What has it meant for her to have her family there?
The world. I mean, she's really close with her family. Her dad's there, her mom's there, her sister is there. So to have that support system there, I know she's really comfortable, and I know usually she worries about her family so far away. She's so close to them. So to have them staying in the Canadian house, and that's only a couple minutes away, to be able to drive to them and just kind of vent and talk to her dad about some gameplay, I'm sure she really appreciates that.
Kenzie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kaylin and the rest of the girls back on the pitch tomorrow morning at 7:30 against Sweden. Lisa?
All of our eyes on her. Okay, thanks, Aaron Streck. The 2012 London Olympic Games kicked off Friday, and of the best athletes in the world, 7 of them are from Saskatchewan. Former U of S Husky Kaylin Kyle is hoping to bring home gold with the rest of her national women's soccer teammates. Eric Streck is live at the University of Saskatchewan, her home, to find out more about this Saskatoon Olympian. Hey, Aaron.
Lisa, Canada won 3-0 over South Africa on Saturday. Kaylin had many opportunities, couldn't pot one though, but hey, she has been doing pretty well so far in the 2 games in London. Joining me now again is Bryce. Bryce, when did you notice she was an Olympic-style athlete?
Well, I don't know if you notice if they're an Olympic athlete back when I had the opportunity to work with her, but she definitely had a bite and an edge to her game that separated her from her peer group, and I think she's taken that and polished it and made herself into an Olympic athlete.
When she returns to Saskatoon, she's very humble. She still gives back. What do you think that means to her, and do you think it's a thing that she takes great pride in?
Yeah, I think she's living up to the expectation of being an elite athlete. She comes back, trains with our men's program when in her cycles, but I've called her up on a couple of occasions, once to come out and speak to our summer camp athletes, and it took 2 seconds for her to say yes, no problem, and came out, and sitting back and watch her answer the kids' questions, you can really see that she really enjoys what she does, and really appreciates where she comes from the family she comes from is fantastic. The coaches she's worked with in the past have really done a fantastic job of creating not just a soccer player, but a young woman that's representing Saskatoon.
Bryce, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Everybody can watch Kaylin tomorrow as she takes on her and her teammates Sweden at 7:30 in the morning. Lisa?
Aaron Streck reporting live from the U of S this morning. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Neat to get those little side stories about our local athletes.
Yeah.
Okay.